is terrible. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I apologize in advance. I'm doing this one inside. I usually do my videos out on my porch, as people who watch me know, but from time to time I'll do one inside, and I'm not a professional here. I don't have professional lighting, and it always comes out like this. But anyway, I felt compelled to do this video. By the way, the convention ended, and I'm going to be doing videos tomorrow with Kamala Harris. It's just electric. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, the video here tonight is Donald Trump's interviews with these kind of really just lowbrow, bizarre podcasts, you know, like the Nelk Boys, that Aiden, Barron's friend, the guy who sniffs farts, like for real. Like the guy, after the guest leaves, he goes in the chair and sniffs farts, and he curses, and just really childish stuff. I think the people who listen to that Aiden podcast, the range of people, what are the demographics, are 12 to 15-year-olds, like really stupid, immature stuff. I'm sure everyone has seen the clips. The guy, gave him a watch and a car. It just madness, right? The Nelk Boys, we know about them. And then this THEO Von, okay? THEO Von is another strange guy, not too smart. People like him, though. He seems like a happy-go-lucky sort of guy. When I used to watch Rogan, he was a regular, and I liked him. I thought he was pretty cool. But anyway, Trump appears on THEO Von. Absolutely bizarre. They get into the Elon Musk interview, which was the bizarre, sorry for 2.5 hours. And it's like so weird. He's like in denial. Like he said, well, it wasn't really clear, but I thought it sounded good. And he said it was an incredible podcast, one of the best events with Elon. Like it was absolutely the worst ever. Like not just for 2.5 hours, like the substance, it was absolutely bizarre. If I were Trump, I would pull it off and want nobody to listen to it. And it's funny, like THEO Von goes, "Oh, did you listen? Did you listen to it?" He was slurring again with THEO Von a little bit, and THEO Von said, "Hey, I listened to it for about 20 minutes." The whole thing was just so weird. He's such a weird guy. But anyway, this video was actually a part in the video where Trump talked about addiction, and he talked a little bit about his brother who died from alcoholism. He was a smoker too. And I've heard Trump talk about this before, and it's the only time where he actually sounds like a normal human being, like even sympathetic. Seems like there's some compassion there. My cat's here. Don't go over here, Bluebell. Go down. What was I going to say? Yeah, compassion. And he actually seems like a nice guy, like a nice, normal, kind of an older guy, like asking about drug addiction. He doesn't know anything really about it. And it's like, whoa, that's, you never see that. You never see that, because it's like, but let me play this and I'll talk more about this. But some people are taken aback by that. I've heard that Trump can be charming. He could be kind of normal and all that, like one-on-one and all that. I've heard that. That doesn't mean dick, though, by the way. People who work with prisoners and, whatever, they don't get fooled by that. A lot of these people on death row could be super charming. And, some people have the social skills. A lot of sociopaths, like Ted Bundy, one of the worst human beings. He killed 33 people. His last victim was a 12-year-old girl, raped and murdered. But if you looked at him, you meet him and say, oh, what a nice guy. And there have been books around, like, you could shake your hand, kind of good-looking guy. So don't be fooled by the once in a while they sound kind of normal. But okay, let me stop gabbing and let me play this clip. This is from the David Pakman show. And David's blown away by this too. Okay, watch. He seems sympathetic and like a nice guy. You're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe it, but watch.
In all seriousness, one of the more interesting moments, and this applies, the most interesting Trump has ever been, to me, is when he talks about why he doesn't use drugs or drink alcohol. That came up because THEO Von is in recovery. I will give credit this is the only interesting thing I've ever, when Trump talks about shark electrocutions, it's like, oh, give me a break. This is sort of like it personalizes Trump in a way. I actually found it a little bit interesting.
Yeah. I noticed at the events you don't drink, and you don't drink or smoke, right?
I don't drink or smoke.
You never have.
No, I never have. I had a great brother who taught me a lesson: don't drink, and he said don't smoke. He smoked and he drank, and he was a great guy. He was a handsome, very handsome guy.
Is he older? He was older?
Quite a bit older, yeah. And he had a problem with alcohol and smoke a lot. But, I tell people, no drugs, no drinking, no cigarettes.
Yeah.
I tell that to my kids all the time. I'd say, no drugs, no drinking, no smoke. And
it was tough.
He'd always tell me, he'd say, never. So he was, really old enough that you would look up to somebody. And I'd look up to him anyway.
Did you admire him?
Yeah, I admired a lot, so much about him. He had so much going. He had the look. He had an unbelievable personality, like an incredible personality.
What was his name, Donald?
His name was Fred Trump. And he had a problem with alcohol. He got addicted to it because they say alcohol is tougher than drugs to get off of. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
I'm in recovery, actually. I've been in recovery, so like most of the last 10 years.
From alcohol?
From drugs and alcohol.
So which is worse?
For me, drugs is the problem, but if I have a drink, then it's tougher for me to prevent myself from getting it.
It sets off a chain.
Yeah.
But which is harder to quit? I've heard alcohol is harder to quit than drugs, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can only imagine because it's probably more readily available.
And it's social, and you're sitting and everyone's drinking and all.
This is Trump's peak. He's never, ever, ever as relatable or interesting as when he talks about his brother who died from substance use disorders of various kinds. He still sounds confused. He's still slurring. It's all crazy. But that's as interesting and personal as Trump can be. There was one moment where it's like, what worlds colliding? THEO kind of teaching Donald Trump about how cocaine works.
No, I would just do cocaine. That was really, So not just,
that's down and dirty, right?
Yeah, and it was.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man, and I'm not doing it.
Is it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it, too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country, but it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or something.
So the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Right, yeah, but what I want probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger up?
Yeah. Cocaine
so you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll be out on your own porch, and you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well,
no,
it's a miserable feeling.
But you do it anyway, just like the guy you're saying with the scotch. Like you. No, I would.
Okay, so anyways, I mean, very interesting. I just don't know that this helps Trump.
Yeah, so there you go. Weird, right? It's like, I'm telling you, you would say like a nice old guy who's like curious about addiction, but that's the only time. And he sounds stupid too. What's worse? Like, it sounds like an old timer. What's worse, the alcohol or the pot? That's really like he's so dumb. He really is a stupid guy. So there you go. I've done how many videos on my channel? 500 plus videos all on him. And I've always said, like, I've never. There's not a single redeeming thing about this guy. Like, everything horrible. Liar, coward, piece of shit, convicted felon, rapist, uneducated, who's never read a book in his entire life. Just the worst human being I've ever seen in my life. Like, even worse, I've compared him, like, worse than, I don't know, like a serial killer. No, he's not a violent a violent criminal. He's not breaking into your house and raping your wife and killing your whole family like that. And I say, because he's never had to. He's got all this money, but he's got all characteristics of the worst monsters like Jeffrey Dahmer and all that. You should read Brandy Lee's book. She does. She's got a couple of books out. She's done a lot of podcasts too with the Midas Touch, and she'll tell you he's the worst. He's an absolute sociopath, and So there you go. One time, the one time you'll ever hear Trump is when he talks about addiction is brother's problem. All right, that's it. All right, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. I'm going to get into the whole DNC. It was electrifying, and we'll more videos to come tomorrow. Peace, everyone. Good night. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you very much, and you know what to do. Like and subscribe. You know you want to. Helps with the algorithm. So, okay, peace, everyone.